Hey, what's going on? It's Emiliano here. I'm a professional drone pilot specializing in aerial cinematography using traditional drones and FPV drones. With FPV drones becoming more and more popular within the drone industry, I wanted to create a video showcasing the differences between a traditional drone and an FPV drone. If you aren't familiar with what an FPV drone is, I'll leave a link to my last video up in one of these corners, but I'll leave a link to that video and it's everything that you need to know about an FPV drone. Feel free to watch that video first and then you can come back and watch this video. But to get this video started, I think I'll go ahead and show you what an FPV drone is and then I'll show you what a traditional drone is. So right here is an FPV drone. This is what it looks like. You have your drone body here, and then this is the GoPro that I use to capture the footage. And this is what a traditional drone looks like. You've probably seen one of these already. This is a Mavic 2 Pro. The arms flip out like this. And then this is what your drone looks like. When it comes to the differences in an FPV drone and a traditional drone, there are a few key differences that make each of the drone pretty much in their own category. And that first key difference will be flight characteristics. With a traditional drone, you are given pretty basic flight characteristics. You can go up, down, left, right, rotate 360 degrees, and go at I guess go diagonal, but that's pretty much all you can do, and you're stuck with those flight characteristics. With an FPV drone, you are fully manual and you're in full control of the drone, so you have not only all of the characteristics that a traditional drone has, but you have more, such as rolling. So you can roll to the right, roll to the left, do a front flip, back flip, and those maneuvers aren't necessarily for capturing cinematic footage. But with the drone being fully manual, you are given the option to move certain ways, move very fast, and the drone is very touchy, so you can get these really awesome cinematic shots with those flight characteristics on an FPV drone. The next key difference will be build. So with a traditional drone, from manufacturer, you are given a drone as is. It comes just like this, ready to go out of the box. Comes with the battery, propellers, a camera on a gimbal, and that's what you get. You can't really change anything. You can change the propellers, but that's really all you have is the drone just like this, and it's ready to go. But with an FPV drone, these are fully customizable. So we have the propellers here, motors, the frame is the actual drone frame here. You have your HD camera. This camera is set up with your goggles. That's what's used to fly the drone. You have your flight controller. All of those things are fully customizable, and you can change every single part on this drone that fits your needs. Or you can buy one that's pre-built and comes with parts already, but if you learn how to build, you learn how to do all that kind of stuff, then you can create your own and use it with your own parts. Unlike a traditional drone, an FPV drone does not come with a camera to film with. It just comes with this little camera like this here, which is used for a live view of what the drone sees, so that connects to your FPV goggles. So you have to get a separate camera like this, a GoPro, or even something bigger if you have a bigger FPV drone. You can put a cinema camera on those drones. You can put Sony cameras, Blackmagic cameras, really anything that you want to shoot with, you can figure out a way to put that on an FPV drone. But for me, at the moment, I'm using a GoPro on my drone. The next big difference between an FPV drone and a traditional drone would be gear needed. I feel like with a traditional drone, you don't have that many extra pieces that you need, and it's not really high maintenance. But whereas an FPV drone, I feel like you need quite a bit of gear, and it's kind of high maintenance to make sure all of your gear will run properly and you won't run into any issues with batteries or flight controllers or anything like that. So with a traditional drone, you need your drone, you need your propellers, your batteries, your controller, ND filters, and maybe carrying case if you needed one. But with an FPV drone, you need the drone, the propellers, the batteries, the goggles, the controller, extra tools. Yeah, there's kind of a lot that goes into the FPV drones. And like I said, with high maintenance, you have LiPo batteries that aren't smart batteries, such as the batteries that come with traditional drones or like a DJI drone. So with the LiPo batteries that you use for an FPV drone, you have to make sure you aren't discharging it too much and you aren't overcharging it. So, there is a storage rate that you should put your batteries to when you're not using them. and there's a rate that you should charge up to like 95% with a FPV drone battery. You shouldn't overcharge them. That really just helps with the safety and longevity of your batteries. And if your batteries are getting beat up flying, if you're crashing, it's best to recycle them. You don't want any fire starting. Whereas with the traditional drone, you don't really have that much maintenance. Yes, it's important that your LiPo batteries don't start to have any damage to them, because if you have damage to them, that can also start a fire, and you don't want those issues. But the drone kind of takes care of itself. If you charge your battery up to say 80% and you don't use it for the next week, 2 weeks, the battery will start to discharge by itself and go at a storage rate where it will safely be stored. Those are the main differences between a traditional drone and FPV drone. An FPV drone is a little bit more high maintenance and you need a little bit more gear, but they can create shots that are not able to be done with a traditional drone. Whereas a traditional drone is very easy to use. They have a lot of smart features and things that are set up to get you ready for success. Each drone has its own time and place. I think traditional drones are great for your revealing shots and opening shots, whereas an FPV drone I think is best used when you can showcase the speed, the agility, the maneuvers, and all that kind of fancy stuff, I guess you could say. I think that's where an FPV drone performs best and can be used within filmmaking. But other than that, I think both drones are great. I think everyone should have both the drones in their toolkit. You should learn how to fly an FPV drone and get really good at it, and also learn how to fly a regular drone and get really good at it. That's gonna wrap up today's video. If you enjoyed today's video and learned something new, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.